Hey, this is the chair guy. One of the best ways to understand the correlation between chords and a key is to map bar chords up and down a fretboard. So here I have the thrones for both G major and E minor, which means these are all the same notes, they just begin in a different place. For G major, we begin here for our first, and for E minor, we begin here on our first because E minor is the relative minor of G. And this, of course, will work for any other key as well, but this is why anytime you study a key, you're actually studying two different scales. Actually, it's 7 different scales, but that's another story. Using the E and E minor chord shapes, we'll base chords on all the notes along the low E string, except of course for the 7th, which is a chord you won't often use and it will just complicate the lesson. Blue denotes the E minor chord shape, red the E major chord shape. And the first thing you'll notice is that all of these notes are within the key that make up all of these chords. E minor on the fretboard is going to be your first chord. We're skipping the 7th, of course, and going to your first chord, your G major. Then your A minor, your B minor, your C major, your D major, and then back to E. This is the same chord as this, except that, of course, it's from a higher octave, just like all 6 of these chords are repeated right here. These chords work exactly the same for minor, except of course they're in a slightly different order. Instead of beginning here, they begin here on the minor first. Well, of course, we're skipping our second, which is the same as our 7th over here, and then our 3rd, our 4th, our 5th, our 6th, and our 7th, which is G, A minor, B minor, C, and D. And then, of course, we go back to our first chord right there. And just like over here, these 6 chords are the same as these 6 chords, except that these are from a higher octave. It would be really hard to play songs if we had to reach this far to play all 6 of these chords, so we also base chords on the A string using A and A minor chord shapes. And if we lay this over the E shapes, we see that all of the E and A are right next to each other using very similar shapes, so this can really compact the way you play. As usual, I'll also post a full-length version of this video.